On today's episode, we're going to take a look at an amazing pedal company from the south of France called Anasounds. Let's roll the intro, or as the French would say, Lazer l'intro. The Anasounds headquarters is located in the south of France in a nice little place called Nice. Now, this is directly next to the French Riviera, which is a beautiful body of water. To give you some perspective, JHS is near a body of water. I'm sitting here, I'm a few miles from a little river called Blue River that got its name from a Civil War battle. That river's full of trash, heroin needles, stuff to do with meth, and old severed arms from the 80s. The French Riviera is really, really beautiful. So if you're a JHS employee, please don't leave me for Anasounds because they have a better river. The Anasounds owner, Alex, is an amazing engineer, and he has the job description of basically, I'll do anything I need to do because this company's growing and they're doing really amazing things. Now, they also have a YouTube presence that's really cool there in France, and they have a show called PALF, and that stands for Pedals à la Française. And basically, it's like the French JHS show, which makes us the American PALF, or Pedals à la Française. Let's jump into what we're gonna play here. First off, Anasounds means analog, and it just means that these are based around analog topologies and a simplistic approach to pedal design. I'm gonna use this element reverb, and it's gonna be on the whole time. I wanna show you some fixtures that go with this, but first you're gonna notice a wooden top. It's actually bamboo, really cool, incredibly unique. So let's talk about this. Now, this is the brains or electronic guts to a classic spring reverb unit. So inside of a Fender amp or whatever, there's always circuitry that runs the tank. So he has different tanks here. We have a big one, we have a medium, and we have a small, tiny one. And these have different sounds, and all you have to do, basically, you just plug in these cables like such. That's that tank. And then you plug it into the top. That's your reverb pedal, a real spring reverb unit. Really amazing. If you want the more shallow sound, you go smaller. So the bigger tank's gonna have more decay because it's physically bigger and more of a drip sound. I'm gonna do a quick hit of each one so you can hear the difference, and then we're gonna move on to the first jams. Now that you've heard the verb, I'm gonna have it on for this jam. I'm gonna first go into the Savage. This is a Klon Centaur replica style pedal. I don't know how exact the circuitry is, but I put it on the settings I like and it nailed it. So that's all I know to say. I like that too. It's like a angry French moose animal. Something like that. And then we're gonna go into the Ages, which is a harmonic tremolo. Now, the harmonic tremolo is one of the weirdest and most strange, misunderstood, and hard to find effects in its original form. It's a tremolo, but it has aspects that feel like a phaser. You can coax univibe sounds out of it. It's just gonna have a unique tone. You'll hear it when I turn it on. So these and that, we're gonna do something like, you know, we need to be French today. Like spy music, like Pink Panther. We're stealing. What are we stealing, Nick?
All the
stuff.
French diamonds.
We're stealing stuff. Good jam. I like that. Very, very French with hints of Americana. Yeah, French American. Next up is the Freq Up. That stands for frequency. And this is basically a tube screamer with no tone control, but you have a frequency toggle. This is really cool, really out of the box. And if you like tube screamers, I think it's worth a shot. They're gonna quit making this soon. So if you want it, the warning is you need to buy it now. So bass, mids, and trebles. Maybe if you buy enough of them, they won't discontinue it, and therefore we have changed the future. That's what we do on the JHS show. So this plus the phase lag, this is a traditional classic, really amazing phaser to take on the classic Ross. I'm gonna put these together, have that element reverb going as well. Let's do it. That was a really, really good jam. It was like a Parisian Paul a la McCartney. Like a Parisian Paul a la McCartney? A la carte? McCartney? Whatever. Next up, we're gonna dive into fuzz land because the French know how to do fuzz. This is called the Feed Me. Let me tell you about the Feed Me. If you like a fuzz face, you're gonna like the Feed Me. It has no knobs because why? Fuzz faces don't need knobs. We all know this. We put knobs on them. I put knobs on them. It's a stupid, stupid thing to do. And he just said, nope, we're just gonna do this. Use your volume knob on your guitar. Moving on. I'm not gonna play this because we've heard fuzz faces. Not that this isn't excellent. I just wanna show you one that I think is more clever and better. It is the Bitoun, the Bitoun fuzz. It's inspired, an artist called Eugene, what's in a name? It doesn't matter. I'm American. I can't pronounce this, but you can hear it because I can play this. And that's how the internet works. I don't have to say it right. I gotta play it right. I'm gonna play this fuzz. It's a mix of a fuzz face, a shin eye, and it has like big muff tones. It's really aggressive, really cool. It gates. Also, there's like a bite taken out of this. Almost like this is like a wafer. And it takes a bite, it like bites, it's a biting tone. Moving on. I think that's what it means, probably doesn't. And then I'm gonna use the Sliver, which is a tremolo. I remember seeing this at NAMM, back when NAMM existed, and I thought it was really cool. Basically, you can use this on its own. It's a tap tempo trim, and it's fantastic. Or you can plug in this thing. This is an expression controller like you've never seen. That's a magnet. This is a metal propeller. Hear that? Yeah, you hear that. That's going to cause the trim to move in sync with the propeller. The French know what they're doing. Let's play this. sounded a lot like the Diamond Heist from earlier, but place it in 2099 in a Parisian dystopian future where everyone words are hard, wears rollerblades. And the whole world's on rollerblades, and you still got to rob banks. Am I right? Right? Yeah. And it's rough around the edges. What I'm about to say is real. I try not to say this kind of stuff. This is possibly the best ACD sounding pedal I've ever heard, and that's why I made it. And the reason I say that is when you're learning guitar and you want to play AC/DC, you always use too much gain. Like, it's an absurd amount of gain you use, but when you actually listen to AC/DC, it's almost not even distortion. This is perfect. Like, shockingly close to the sound of AC/DC. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use the Utopia, which is a tape delay simulator. Pretty basic controls on the front. You have some modulation, so the warble of a tape, mix, repeats, delay. There's some trim pots inside for tape effect, modulation rate and depth, and a light intensity. So that's all in there. I'm gonna take it, you know, French Jazz Town. Let's see what happens. AC/DC, French Jazz Town. Nailed it. AC/DC, make them French, make them a jazz band, use reverb. Would AC/DC use reverb? No. Is AC/DC a French jazz band? No, so it doesn't matter. We found the loophole. Let's move on. The next and last jam is a good one. I'm gonna use the Lazy Comp. Now, this is an optical compressor, really nice. The best thing about it, it has one control and 0 bad sounds. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna try to play really dry without verb at the beginning. I'm gonna imagine that I'm Corey Wong. I've moved to France. I'm starting a French funk band. I wanna see where that goes. It won't last because I don't have it in me, but that's fine because I'm gonna kick in the Cerberus. Is that right?
I think so.
Cerberus? Cerberus. So a Cerberus is this Greek mythological three-headed dog. You might know of this thing from Fluffy, Harry Potter, but it's basically a 3-way overdrive. It has the sound of, say, a tube screamer, an OCD, and like a Marshall thing. So it's a very versatile overdrive. I'm gonna use it on this setting here, which has the more spiked V waveform. Honestly, don't know what that is. I can't find the manual. It doesn't matter because all 3 modes sound amazing. We're gonna do this and see what happens. this often, but I feel like I really nailed a Prince vibe at the beginning. Is there such thing as a French Prince? The French Prince of Bellevue? Anybody?
That's good.
That is really pretty good. Let's do honorable mentions. We have the bumper. This is a buffer. If you don't have a buffer, buy this buffer, okay? You need a buffer. It's that simple. They also have a kit that's really cool. The FX driver. This is a really cool, really good way to get into pedal building. It is a Tube Screamer variant. Wait, is this? Do I have the box? Look at the box.
He has the box. Whoa.
It's like a jewelry box because when you're French doing a robbery, you're always trying to steal jewelry, jewels. Here's the box. All the parts are in there. The case is in there. And let me say this, look straight at me. Any of you can be a pedal builder. Go buy this, build yourself a Tube Screamer, start a pedal company, and just don't ruin your life. It can go really bad or really good. I've seen it all.
Wow, this has been a really great episode. You know, Josh is a real lover of history, but unfortunately that love for history mostly consists of small box make big sound. As of right now, his knowledge of the French culture mostly consists of Ratatouille, the Eiffel Tower, and that one guy from The Incredibles. So please feel free to leave links to information and literature so Josh can expand his knowledge of the French culture. Thank you for putting up with our ignorance.
Record time. Today's record time is brought to you by a record that one of you, a fan, sent in to me for record time probably a year or 2 years ago, because 2020 feels like 3 years. It was a long time ago. I don't know who you are, but thank you. It is Jean-Michel Jarre, and the album is called Oxygen. This is from '76, and it's instrumental, new wave, instrumental, ambient, synth pop. It's good. Put it on. Go outside. Put your headphones on. Just be here. Join the Frenchness of this. It's amazing. Every song's called Oxygen. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6. Just do it. I dare you. And then in the comments, let me know how much you love it. If you don't love it, don't say anything because that's mean. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. In the comments below, let me know where you first heard of Anasounds, what you're interested in from these jams, like what your favorite pedal is. And also, I wanted to say there is a really cool power supply they have. We used it on the pedal board intervention with Nick. Remember, Nick, when you didn't have a pedal board?
Yeah.
And we had to make you one because you didn't know how?
Yeah.
We used it on that. So check that out as well if you're interested in a new power supply. Hit like if you like this episode, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to get notifications of future episodes. And if you want to jam with us, if you want to add to the Frenchness of our jams today, there's a link in the description below for BandLab. You can download the stems. You can sing over it. You could play harp. You could like do lots of things that are unusual. We've seen it all at this point. Banjos, cellos. What else have we seen? Harmonicas. Definitely harmonicas. It's fine. Do anything you want to do and just have fun. Bye. See you later. Check out Anasounds. Buy one. They're awesome.